But Newsweek reported recently, I believe it was last week, Hispanic Americans' support for Donald Trump has dropped sharply since the start of his second term. While Hispanic Americans largely voted for Donald Trump in the last presidential election, they failed to realize that racism hurts everybody. Why does this continue to be a difficult truth to grasp, in your opinion?
Well, no one could predict that the leopards would eat my face.
Sing the song! Come on and let's give a solo. We don't even need a rehearsal for that. I feel like singing.
Here's the difficulty and the frustration. If you're human, and especially if you are a Christian, no one wants to see the suffering of other people.
Not at all.
And I think that when people hear minorities in particular say something like, well, FAFO, or here come the leopards, or whatever, that there's this tendency to think it's callousness and that it comes from this place of coldness and bitterness. And what it really is, in my opinion, is it is a way of expressing our lament and showing how this did not need to be necessary. If only you had heard what I had to say.
Yes.
It wasn't because I wasn't talking. It wasn't because I wasn't saying it the right way. It wasn't because I wasn't loud enough. You just didn't have ears to hear. You just didn't want to hear. And so now it affects you. And I lament that. And I hope that we learn from this, because what we really want as minorities at the end of the day is that we want us all to thrive. Black want other peoples to succeed. If you've ever interacted with someone that is bound up in addiction, and you realize that your behavior may actually be enabling to them, there's this really, really difficult realization that you have to just let them reach the end of themselves. And until they reach that point where they realize that they are losing more than they are benefiting from, they're going to continue to stay in that addiction. We have an addiction to and an addiction to power in this country. And until we realize how horrible it's going to be, we are not going to repent from that as a society.